Welcome back, YouTube. It is Saiko here, and today we are here back with another video in our 30 teams in 30 days series. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the Indiana Pacers. Well, before we get into the video, guys, if you guys could please hit the like button and also hit the subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. And also, don't forget to hit the bell for notifications. I'm also trying to reach 100 subscribers by the end of the year, so if you guys could hit the subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. And I'm pretty sure that Domantas Sabonis would as well. Also, side note, if there is a lot more like cuts in this video, it's because I am actually currently sick. I have a tea right here. I have a water right here, and I have like cough drops right here and like green tea and stuff. So yeah, if that bothers you guys, I'm really sorry about that. Also, you can kind of see that my nose is pretty red, and no, I don't have the the virus. So yeah, to be honest with you guys, I don't really feel like the Pacers really did much this offseason. The only big things that I can really think about is the fact that this team let Doug McDermott walk in free agency. They signed Torrey Craig, and they also re-signed TJ McConnell, which is really good for them. And they also got Rick Carlisle as their new coach, because apparently their previous coach, Nate Borkrin or whatever, apparently people weren't a fan of him in the locker room. In the draft, the Pacers actually took Chris Duarte, who is like 30 years old. He actually isn't, but like, he's more or less around my age, I think. They also got Isaiah Jackson with the 22nd pick as well. When it comes to the starting lineup for this team, I'm pretty sure that we're going to be seeing the usual starting lineup, which is going to be something around the lines of Malcolm Brogdon at the 1, Karis LeVert at the 2, if his back fracture isn't too bad, Justin Holiday at the 3, Domantas Sabonis at the 4, and Miles Turner at the 5. For the bench, guys, I'm expecting people like TJ McConnell, Jeremy Lamb, Chris Duarte, Isaiah Jackson, and Goga Badatsi to be the guys getting most of the backup minutes. But let's be honest here, this team is actually really deep, so I mean, if Rick Carlisle doesn't want to play any of those guys that I named, he could play someone else. He could play like O'Shea, Brissett, or just anyone else that's really on the roster, because they do have like a couple of like, I think, second round picks that they got, but I don't really know those guys that much. Malcolm Brogdon has always kind of been a solid starting guard in my opinion. He shot 50, 40, 90 his last year in Milwaukee, and even though that he was a second round pick, I mean, the guy won Rookie of the Year. I think he was like the first second round draft pick to ever win Rookie of the Year. Also, I really wish that he won a ring in Milwaukee with those guys, because he was a really big important part on why they got the first seed that one year, even though they got beaten by the Raptors. But we can't have everything that we want in the NBA, obviously. Karis LeVert apparently has a back fracture, but is planning to come back by the beginning of the season, so he'll probably be the one starting. Ever since he was drafted to Brooklyn, I've actually been a very big fan of Vert. The first year that the Nets were actually in the playoffs with D'Angelo Russell, Spencer Dinwiddie, Joe Harris, like all those guys before the Kyrie and KD Nets, I was actually really rooting for him to win in Most Improved Player, but obviously he kind of like had a foot injury, or like foot/leg injury, and that didn't end up happening. He's probably the future guard of this team, or at least like the future star of this team, and if he didn't get traded here, my god, that would have been really bad for his career. That trade really, I mean, everyone says it, but that trade really saved his career. I'm expecting Justin Holiday to start in the place of TJ Warren, because apparently TJ Warren had some sort of setback in his rehab, so we don't even know when he's going to be back, and there's no timetable for his return. I really am a big fan of Justin Holiday. He's a guy who shoots the ball, plays defense. He would be perfect in Philly as a guy to like kind of stretch the floor. He would really be honestly good anywhere where a guy can't really shoot and is more focused on the basket. Zion Williamson, and he's just there to play defense, shoot threes, and just play really well. But when TJ Warren does come back, I'm pretty sure that he'll probably move to the bench, and that's another guy that's just adding to the depth of this team. And who knows, we might see bubble MJ Warren again. Domantas Sabonis is an all-star. We all know this already. He's a guy who should be playing the 5, but obviously with Miles Turner there, he's actually a really good center to pair with Sabonis, even though like they don't need 2 centers in the lineup, but they somehow make it work because, you know, Miles Turner can shoot and Sabonis plays back to the basket. And I expect him to be an all-star conversation again, like he has been for like the past 3 years, I'd say. Like I said before, Miles Turner is a guy who shoots the ball. He's also been a really solid center who apparently the Pacers have been trying to trade like every year of his career. I know that at one point he was averaging like 3 blocks a game, so like he's amazing defensively, where Sabonis can't really, you know, play that defense. I do think that he's a pretty nice fit next to Sabonis, but obviously the Pacers kind of think otherwise, and I mean, kind of everyone in the NBA world thinks otherwise. So will he get traded? Who knows? Because apparently there's trade rumors about him every year. TJ McConnell staying in Indiana is actually perfect for them. He was amazing for them last year, and he's just an amazing backup guard. He was a guy that I would really want on my team. I'm pretty sure that anyone would love TJ McConnell on their team. The guy is definitely a hustler, and I really, really respect that about him. Plus, JJ Redick also loves him, so that's a plus. Jeremy Lamb came off an injury last year, so this is the first year where he's actually going to be fully healthy coming into the season. I'm not expecting the guy to be the 15-point-a-game player that he was a few years ago in his last year in Charlotte, but I still think that he's going to be really solid off the bench for the Pacers. Chris Duarte was a guy that the Pacers picked because I'm pretty sure that he is the most NBA ready, besides the G League guys that was in the draft this year. He played like 4 years in college. The dude is literally as old as I am, so I mean, his body is league ready, I'd say. And I know that he's going to be a guy to come in, shoot the ball, play defense, just be 3-and-D basically. Can't really ask for a lot more than that. I know that he's kind of considered a 2, but I also can see him playing the 3. But he also, depending, might not get as many minutes at the 3 if TJ Warren comes back and he's just completely healthy. But I think it just depends on how the season goes, really. I know that Rick Carlisle is more of a fan of playing guys who are kind of like league ready, or at least like, he doesn't play rookies that often, I feel, but I do see him playing Isaiah Jackson because apparently there was a report that Rick Carlisle really liked what he saw from Isaiah Jackson, being a guy who could guard 1 through 4 apparently, or like 1 through 5 I think it was. So he is a guy that I do see playing backup 4 minutes for them. Goga Badazzi was the guy who sat next to Zion on like draft day and didn't get any coverage whatsoever. I mean, there's that image on the internet. You could probably find it if you Google search his name or Google search like Zion or something like that, and you'll probably see it. But to be honest with you, I don't really feel like I've seen anything from this guy's career. And I feel like I say that just because it's so hard with them having Sabonis and Miles Turner in the front court. It kind of makes it hard for him to find minutes and be able to actually, like, you know, show off what he's capable of. In fact, this team is actually really deep. If Edmund Summer didn't tear his ACL, I could actually see him getting backup point guard minutes as well. They also have Torrey Craig and O'Shea Brissett, whatever his name is. So this team has a lot of pieces that Rick Carlisle, if he doesn't really feel like playing someone, he could play those guys instead, which is also both good and bad. I kind of see this team kind of hovering around where they were last year as a 9th seed, so basically a play-in team. They also might be a sleeper in the Ben Simmons sweepstakes. Apparently a report about that just came out that they could be a sleeper team for him. If they do end up trading for Ben Simmons, I see something around the lines of Malcolm Brogdon, TJ Warren, and maybe throwing in a younger guy like O'Shea Brissett, whatever his name is there, and probably a pick or 2. I would say to trade Miles Turner for him, but honestly, I feel like he is good as a starter, and him and Embiid, I mean, while it would be cool, I just don't see them running another 2-center lineup like that again, especially in Philly. Because we all know that the Nerlens Noel, Jahlil Okafor, and Joel Embiid thing kind of turned out pretty bad. If they do trade for Ben Simmons, I do see them as more than a play-in team. They'd probably rise in my ranking, but obviously, we don't know if they're going to trade for him or not, so I'm not going to predict that or not. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that the Pacers are a sleeper team for Ben Simmons? Do you think that they make a move for him or not? Let me know down below in the comment section down below. Anyways, guys, my name is Saiko. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please rate, comment, and subscribe for more content. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow for my 30 for 30, or I guess my 30 teams in 30 days on the Washington Wizards. Bye, guys.